I guarantee you've never had French toast this good. Why settle for the basic French toast when you can have this French toast casserole taken to the next level with a secret ingredient and some bourbon-infused maple syrup? Normally, French toast uses plain milk and eggs, but my secret ingredient is eggnog, which is essentially just eggs, milk, and warm holiday spices. I'm also adding in some regular milk, and I'm using a bourbon vanilla bean paste, but you can use regular vanilla as well. Although the eggnog has spices, I'm adding in some more cinnamon and nutmeg.
Smells like Christmas, yes.
Heat this on medium-low and add in a tablespoon of salted butter just to give it a little contrast and balance the flavor. Bring it to a low simmer for about 4 minutes and remove from the heat and make sure to let it cool completely. I'm using sliced brioche that I let dry out overnight, though if you are short on time, you can skip this step. It'll be just as delicious, but it'll be more of a bread pudding consistency. I'm cutting them into 1.5-inch cubes. Brioche has always been my go-to for French toast casserole, but it could be interesting with croissants as well. I'm making a cinnamon sugar with brown sugar and cinnamon, which will go between the layers of the brioche, and half will be used for my crumble topping. Once the milk mixture has fully cooled, you'll add in your eggs one at a time, and you want to make sure it's fully cooled or you risk cooking the eggs, which would be very sad and you'd have to start all over again. Make sure to combine all the eggs and to beat for about a minute. You want a nice smooth batter. I'm using a 9x13 baking dish and putting down some parchment paper just so it's easy to remove and slice. You'll place half the brioche in the baking dish, making sure to fully cover all the little nooks and crannies. And you want to press it down to make room for the next layer. Top with half of the cinnamon sugar, and you'll reserve the other half for the crumble topping that we add in the end. Add in the final layer of the brioche bread, and it's okay if it seems like it doesn't fit, just press it down again. For the crumble topping, add into a small blender the rest of the cinnamon sugar, along with some all-purpose flour and cold cubed butter. You'll blend until you have a nice crumble consistency. Top the brioche with your eggnog mixture. You have a couple of choices at this point. You can let it sit overnight in the fridge or on the counter for 30 minutes if you don't have enough time. I decided to go with the 30-minute version for this video. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and once you've let it sit, you'll top it with the crumble and bake for 30 to 35 minutes uncovered or until the top is nice and brown a bit. While that's baking, I decided to make a grown-up maple syrup for me and hubby, and it's just maple syrup with a tablespoon of bourbon and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. You'll simmer that on medium for about 5 minutes to cook out some of the alcohol and let all the flavors come together. You should have a nice and silky smooth syrup.
Oh my God, so good.
And our delicious French toast breakfast casserole is ready. You'll let it cool for about 10 minutes before digging in. And once you dig in, you can see the beautiful layer of cinnamon sugar in the middle. Look at that. I like to make this on Christmas morning or during the holidays because it fills the house with that delicious smell of nutmeg and cinnamon and maple syrup, and it's just so nostalgic. But honestly, it's good all year round as a breakfast, or you can easily prepare it ahead for a potluck or a brunch or even a dinner party. Just top it with some vanilla ice cream and you've got yourself a dinner party dessert.
Oh man, I can't wait to dig into this. It smells so good. It smells like the holidays, the cinnamon and the nutmeg. And what inspired me to make this is when I went to Marbella, Spain for my birthday, I had a French toast with some like dulce de leche. So I had made a short of just like the pain perdu, which is what it was called. And I was like, what if I make a French toast casserole? All right, so man, I gotta make sure to get some of this bourbon maple syrup, just for the adults, of course. Oh yeah, look at that. That is unbelievable. You bite into it, it's crispy on top, moist and fluffy on the inside, and you get that cinnamon swirl. Chef's kiss, it's delicious. I can't wait for you guys to try this. Awesome for Christmas morning if you don't want a boring breakfast or something that takes not too long to make. You will enjoy it. Bon appetit.